Venom Burst, a V-Matrix skill usable by all thieves, yet it seems that only Cadena prioritizes the usage of the skill due to their passive interacting with dot effects. Upon reading the skill description of Venom Burst, we learn that the way the skill inflicts damage requires a target to be affected by a dot. When used, any active dots within the range of the skill and up to 12 targets will instantly inflict the remainder of the dot ticks with an additional 1100% damage multiplier 6 times. There is also a bonus of up to 75% damage per remaining second of the consumed dot stacks. After the explosion, up to 10 monsters that are nearby will be afflicted with the original dot. This skill sounds pretty good, right? But what if I told you as a dual blade, and for many other thieves, if not all, it is simply not worth using this over your main bossing skill? Let's look at Dual Blade's Phantom Blow as an example. Your main bossing skill receives all these additional bonuses. Dual Blade has a unique situation with IED sources and will have much lower IED compared to other thieves. The damage output of Venom Burst is severely reduced in bossing scenarios just from the IED situation alone. Additionally, Phantom Blow is a skill with fairly low skill delay with very little start and end lag, basically meaning the skill does not lock you in place for a long period before you can begin your next action. Trying to weave in Venom Burst cast in between your Phantom Blow creates an awkward flow in the gameplay, and it doesn't even improve your damage output. There are very few situations where Venom Burst is useful in bosses, and that is specifically when bosses are invulnerable because they disappeared during a pattern. For example, Lucid using lasers or touch in P2, or Lotus teleporting to the player or using purples. These bosses are technically still there, but your traditional skills as a dual blade cannot target them. The functionality of Venom Burst and the interaction of the bosses disappearing is unique in the sense that as long as a target is within range of Venom Burst and there is an active dot on the target, it can still be activated and trigger the explosion. You'll notice that even though the bosses disappeared, the debuff and dot effects that were afflicted prior to their pattern are still visible to their last known location. This indicates that the boss's hitbox is still located in that spot, it is just not susceptible to most traditional damage.
Alright, thanks, Sato. I already knew that skill's terrible for bosses. Why even make this video? Have you just wasted my time?
Correct. Venom Burst is indeed terrible for bosses, and it has been generally accepted by the Maple community to be a trash skill. What if I told you that this wasn't the case for when you're training? And what if I told you that this skill is pretty good for training, especially as a dual blade? Behold, as I demonstrate how effective this skill is. By using this map as an example, let us observe our skill usage to clear this map. We begin by using Blades of Destiny to clear the right side, and as we traverse to the left side, we'll be using a combination of Blade Tornado and Sudden Raid. So far, it looks pretty good. We haven't even used Venom Burst yet, so what's the catch? Where's the demonstration? Check this out. We've been using Blade Tornado and Sudden Raid for this portion of the map, but let's just say they're both on cooldown. What do? Our Blade Fury does for damage, and we can't possibly kill this section of the map before the next wave of monsters. What do? Observe. Let's throw Shower into the mix.
But Sato, that didn't even kill the monsters. He only pampered them.
Correct. But you may have missed that we're using Shower to proc our damage over time effects. And now, I activate my trap card, Venom Burst! Shower and Venom Burst is a very strong combination of skills, but let's break it down as to why this is. Shower's cooldown is reduced by 2 seconds for every monster that hits. That's right, hit, not defeated. With this skill targeting up to 15 monsters, we can reduce the skill up to 30 seconds. Additionally, any other cooldown reduction sources you may have, like Cooldown Hat, Threads of Fate, or Mercedes, will further contribute to this. The cooldown reduction mechanic is important because we want to have Shower available for every wave of monsters. By using Shower as our source of application for DOT effects, we can use Venom Burst to finish them off. This combo is up for every wave of monsters. This is really good if you're not able to one-shot monsters with Blade Fury, or you just need another AoE skill to use to your rotation. Okay, Mr. Santo, you've made your point. It seems pretty good for training, but I've already disassembled so many of them, and I don't want to open more nodes on my main when I can use them on my boss meals. You're right, in that case it does kinda suck to invest more nodes into your main, but if you ever find yourself in a situation where training your main is the only thing you want to do, perhaps consider using and leveling up Venom Burst into your rotation. You may find that you won't even need that high level of a Venom Burst for it to be effective. With that being said, this concludes the video. I wanted to keep it short and simple. I hope you enjoyed and learned something, and Venom Burst might not be as bad as you think. Thanks for watching and supporting my channel. I'll catch you on the next one, and have yourself a good one. Peace.